want a dark feminine. Let's do a dark feminine but soft enough to wear outside. I wanted to give kind of like Tumblr vibes. So let's get started. I already have sunscreen on. The next product I'm going to use, I kind of want to add a little bit of moisturize. So I'm gonna add the Road Glazing Milk. For this, I'll be using this foundation here. And I have this in shade 564. Any full coverage foundation will do. If I wasn't using this, I might be using the Estee Lauder Double Wear. Next is the bronzer. So I don't really have a contour. I feel like a contour would give grungy a bit more, like dark feminine. But honestly, as long as it's not a super warm, watch this will be warm. But as long as it's not a super warm tone bronzer, it should still be okay. And I'm going to use this bronzer I just picked up. I've been wanting to try this for a very long time. It's a very popular bronzer, and I honestly have been really liking Chanel makeup. It's unfortunately a new thing I started trying, and it's not good. They only had the lightest shade, which is a 390. I think it was the original shade, if I'm not mistaken. So it still worked out, but it's just pretty soft, which I don't mind. It's honestly nothing revolutionary. It's just something I've been wanting to try. It is a cult favorite. Pretty easy to blend as well. But if you have bronzer already, you don't need a new one unless you just want to collect and you're going to use it. That's all that matters. Okay. I think for bronzer, I need something that's kind of more on like the burnt kind of color. So I think the Say Beauty in a color Spicy. They're kind of the same. I think let's use a toasted one. This one's really pretty and easy to blend, but I think I just used it in the last video. So I think for this one, I'll be using the Toasted Teddy by Rhode. And I always use a brush to pick it up and kind of make sure it's even on the brush on the back of my hand. And I'll place it kind of like right here. I actually picked up the color Piggy as well this time in Sephora, and it's really pretty as well. And I want to add a little bit of that as well, kind of right above where you just place that. Mixing your blushes is always fun. I know they kind of don't go, but I think it'll look cute when I have concealer. Concealer, my go-to at the moment has been the Dior. It's been like my number one, and I have it in shade 1N. If I'm not using this one, then I kind of switch out to the Natasha Denona, but the Dior one I think comes above that. And I don't add too much, just like where my eye bag is, center here, here, and here. It's kind of a thicker formula, so it a little goes a longer way, I feel. And I have the go-to super beat up actually. She's been through it. This is the House Labs concealer brush. And I do the same thing I did with the foundation. I use that same poof to kind of just marry everything together. Oops. Okay, and now we're going to set with a setting powder. So you could use, I have the Huda Beauty, I have a few. So any setting powder will do. And I do want to add bronzer, blush. The blush I think would be perfect for this look is a Dior blush in color Bronzed Glow. So anything kind of like toasty would be cute, in my opinion at least. And I just placed that kind of same area we placed that blush earlier. Sometimes if I want to get rid of harsh lines, sometimes I just use the brush I use for setting to kind of just, you know, blend it out a bit. Sometimes adding some finishing powder to it can help. Let's do eyes a little bit. So for eyes, maybe I should have added just a little bit of concealer to kind of set the eyes, make everything look even. I sometimes like the shadow that I naturally have, like that color, so I end up leaving it and I just add a little bit more brown to my eyelid. So that's probably what I'm going to do. I'm going to pick up a matte 5 from the Makeup Memorial Master Mattes palette, which is like just this shade here, and I'm going to place that on the crease. Just to add some dimension. You could also be using a slightly more cool toned makeup palette, eyeshadow palette. Then I want to add, I think, like this little color right here, like a toasted color, kind of matte, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I want to just keep that in the outer here and bring it in. Last step would be, I kind of want to add like this burnt reddish brick tone. This is matte, I'm assuming matte 9. And I want to add that to like my lower lid a little bit. So right here. We still have to set the under eyes, so it's okay if it looks a little wild. I want to brighten up the inner corner a little bit. Almost done with the eyes. I do want to add a wing, so I'll be using the matte, I don't know what this is, matte 11, the dark brown, and I'm going to use that to make a wing on my outer corner. So I kind of just follow my eye here, and I like to add to the bottom lash line, and I like to extend it, so I follow here and then I make a line straight outward like that. Same thing on the other side. Hopefully we can get them as similar in shape to each other. The lower line, you don't have to do that. I just really like the way that looks, so I do it. If you want to make sure that your wing lasts, you can do that powder just so you get the similar shape with less commitment, and then afterwards you can go in with a brown or black, whatever your choice is. I prefer brown because it's a little less intense, but you can use that to just go over that powder wing so that it stays all day. Almost done. We do want to set the under eyes, and for that I do want a more brightening powder. I would not recommend to add this much powder usually. Just make sure that the powder you're using the first time is brightening, or maybe more of a brightening concealer. Unless you just don't really care about that, then just ignore everything I said. I'm just going in with that powder, that same blush brush, but not adding any more. I'm just using whatever's left on here to go over what I had placed earlier. I do think in order for the makeup to really give grungy or like dark feminine, I really do think you need to add a brown, burgundy, or something darker to your waterline. And I'm going to use the Huda Beauty Creamy Coal, this one here, and I have this in shade Berry Brown. And it's not super dark, as you can see. The pigment isn't super intense. Honestly, I feel like I barely there, but I feel like it's enough to add. Okay, I think I might just add like the inner corner pointy wing I like, just to tie everything together. My face looks a little too matte for my liking, so I'll add some of this afternoon snack and more honey. Just a fluffy brush, I'll pick some of that up and I'm going to place it right above here. Honestly, I'm going to use some of that and add it to my lid, just a bit. So it won't be too much, too crazy, but just enough. And I want to have nude lips, so I will be using Nude Brawn from Chanel. This isn't really giving grungy. I need to contour my lips a little bit, so I'll be using my trusty Endless Cacao and Makeup Forever Endless Cacao. And I like to really use that to contour, so I like to add it to the bottom here and the top here. Okay, kind of add that until you have your desired shape, color, you know. And going with the nude, for the nude I'll be using the Nude Brun from Chanel. This is my soft glam to me, personally, I think. I would wear this out. I love a pretty dark feminine look. I think it went a little bit more soft glam. It's supposed to be like super easy, super cash, but sometimes I just get carried away. Let me know your thoughts. Do you like it? Should I have done something different? Would you have done something different? Anything I used, I'll list it down below in the description. Let me know if you have any ideas for next video, and I will be back with another video next week. Bye.